Okay. And this next questioner is asking, I know you say invalidation charges the thing you don't prefer, but I've become familiar with that fearful energy and I keep choosing it every time I notice I'm feeling good to bring myself down. It feels like I'm getting pulled into what I don't prefer, like a black hole. Please, Bashar, what would you recommend for this person?
Remember, please, all of you, once again, you don't do anything that you don't believe benefits you. So if you feel like you're getting pulled down, as you say, into a vibration you don't prefer, there must be some belief within you that to continue forward on what you were doing that you say you do prefer would in some way, shape, or form result in something that would turn out to be worse than simply bringing yourself back down into a lower vibration. So you may be afraid that because something worse will happen, you will keep yourself safe by going back into a frequency that, even though it may not be totally preferable, feels safer by comparison. So you have to have the honest self-investigation to find out why you would choose to shy away from the direction you were going in, because it almost always has to do with having a belief that says that something bad will happen if you continue. So you have to figure out what that belief is and why you would believe that something worse will happen than simply staying where you are, even as much as you may not prefer to do so.
Thank you. This next question is in a state like hypnosis or QHHT, quantum healing hypnosis technique, what aspects of our consciousness are engaged or lit up that make such profound healing possible? When in altered states, are we primarily interacting with an aspect of our own higher mind or with other forms of consciousness?
Any hypnotic state in general will allow an individual to sort of detach and disconnect from a lot of their belief systems that may not be in alignment with who they are. And in relaxing those attachments to those beliefs through the more balanced state that hypnosis provides, it opens you up to be capable of choosing what you actually prefer and bringing yourself back to a kind of zero vibrational state, so to speak, back to square one, so to speak, to reset yourself like a reset button, in a sense, and allow you to then, from that point forward, assess and choose the belief systems that you really do prefer more often than the ones that you don't. So any form of hypnosis that a person is capable of accessing will usually allow them to reset themselves in that way and give themselves more opportunity to choose what they prefer, which will then bring through a more natural state of your being, which can involve things like healing and letting go of trauma and so on and so forth.
And how does changing a core belief immediately affect the body's chemistry and our ability to sustain a higher frequency state?
Well, obviously, it affects all of it immediately. You will notice when you do let go of that core negative belief that things will change relatively rapidly. You will feel more energy, you will feel more conductive, you will feel more capable, you will feel more confident, you will feel more centered and balanced and calm, and it will give you more opportunity to experience things of a higher frequency once you remove what could be called toxic belief systems out of your neurological and cellular fabric.
Yeah, thank you. This questioner is asking or saying that on the premiere screening of the movie First Contact, the Bashar documentary that was released back in September 2016 in Sedona, or that's where it was shown, I clearly remember having the ticket with the number 11. Lately, I took a look at the old ticket and now it has the number 22. Could you please explain?
You have upgraded and shifted to a reality represented by the synchronicity of a higher vibrational reference or number to the original vibration. So you have upgraded yourself.
This person is asking about not ever seeing physical apparitions, UFOs, nothing. They don't even see elementals, ghosts. Anyway, the only thing they see is standard physical reality. They're saying, I feel this is because it's part of my life theme. Do you have any observations on this topic in general?
Yes, it is part of your life theme, your life path, and the idea is for you to simply experience that for a certain period of time. It's not always necessary for people to see UFOs or elementals or what have you. It's more perhaps important for you to focus on your life in a certain way, get grounded, stay grounded in the things you understand of how to relate to physical reality. Because again, remember, you're going to see things like UFOs and ETs and other kinds of things at a certain point in the years after open contact, which will occur in a couple of your years. So in remaining grounded and not necessarily having those experiences, you might actually allow yourself to be more capable of handling the things that then do come to you after open contact, because you will have spent so much time grounding yourself in your typical reality so that you will feel capable of handling things that are very different from your typical reality by having given yourself enough practice in the ordinary reality first.
Thank you.
In other words, you'll be able
Um,
to handle the new things in a more practical, balanced way.
this question regards pornography. Is pornography negative, positive, or neutral? I've heard some adult stars say they're living their dream life. So can it really be a passion? And or are they taking actions based on negative beliefs?
Many people on your planet may be involved in the idea of certain sexual interactions out of negativity, but it is absolutely possible for some people to always and actually experience those things as a representation of their passion. It depends on how it's done. It depends on the idea of balance, communication, consensuality, so on and so forth. So just the idea of an explicit sexual act isn't in and of itself positive or negative. It depends on how people relate to it, how it's done, the reasons why it's done, how it's presented, so on and so forth. Does it discount people? Does it devalue people? Does it lift people up in terms of how it's done? Anything can be serving positive or negative energies. So you have to always look at, why is this being done? Why are these people involved? What is their take on it? Why are they doing it? Are they being of service to other people? Are they communicating and connecting to other people in a positive or negative way? Are they eliciting from people more negativity or more positivity in terms of who they interact with? It's the same thing for any act of any kind. It doesn't matter that it has to be sexual. The idea is that it has to be understood as to why it's being done, both within the individuals doing it and for the general purpose that people are receiving it.